and knows how to get their stuff across the waves. But the key thing is, it's not about putting your stuff there, it's about doing it smartly and doing it right. And trying to catch a niche. And if you saw last night's panel, and a lot of people were asking like where they saw the future of music, and even when I was sitting in the back, I realized that we're all learning, as well as you, industry professionals and young musicians, we are still learning what is the next big thing, because it's not carved in stone anymore like it used to be. There used to be a model, and this is how it started. So we're going to try to answer some questions for you and shed some light on you, some of the things that you probably need to know about your careers. So to start this, I'm going to start with Jordan and have everybody introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Jordan Tischler. I'm from Boston. I run a company called Digital Bear Entertainment. I've done a lot of things over my career. Principally, I am a record producer and a mixer. But I also am an artist manager and spent 10 years working in music publishing. I've worked with a lot of big name acts, Jennifer Lopez, SIA, Tiesto, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to bore you guys. But yeah, I have some perspective that I can lend to you guys today.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir. I'm still on West Coast time.
Good morning.
Good morning. Jerry Lembo. You can call me Jersey Jerry because I've been born and raised in Jersey. I've been in the music business for many decades, primarily as my primary background, I guess, would be in music promotion. Worked both independently for many years, also with Chrysalis Records in the early 80s, 12 years at Columbia Records, ending as a vice president of promotion, and for the past 17 years, the Jerry Lembo Entertainment Group, a very creative name. They came up with that by myself. I looked at my identification on my license, I said, there's the name, and I just added entertainment. And then I added group, because I actually had a few employees. And then I added LLC, because somebody told me you should cover your ass. Because at some point you'll get sued and they'll try to take everything from you, so. Anyway. And I'm still making it up after 40 years, so good morning.
I think that's going to be a leitmotif. I think we're all pretty much still making it up. I mean, you know, we're trying to figure out what it is. My name's Rick Allison. I'm a disc jockey. That's kind of what I am. So I guess
I thought you were a model as well.
Yeah, well, but that's on the other tab.
Voice model?
Not here. You know, I worked in local radio, local to Connecticut for years. Worked at WPIX during a brief period of time when it was cool, and worked at Sirius for the first 7.5 years of Sirius. And now I found the perfect place to be, which is a place I can't get fired from, called Cygnus Radio, and it's also home. That's correct. Yeah, it was my deck. During the summer, it was from my deck, and now it's back in my studio. So I guess I'm sort of like the end user of your music, I guess. You know? That's my story.
Well, hey,
Who are you, man?
coffee stout right here. Good morning, everybody. My name's Opus, and clearly I'm not worthy to be on this panel with these guys. But I booked my first show at age 13, and I literally have not stopped since. And it's been a wild ride. I played in several bands, one of them being a touring band called Dead by Wednesday. I also used to be in a band called Gargantua Soul. I started it for 10 years. It was a decade worth of all kinds of different accolades and accomplishments or whatever. And also I'm a hired drummer for many different bands. I filled in for the Bullet Boys for a while, an 80s platinum selling artist. I also play with Mark Rizzo, the guitar player for Soulfly and Cavalier Conspiracy. I also do a couple tribute bands, Alcoholica, Metallica tribute, Earth, Sabbath tribute, blah, 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 blah. I'm playing here at 4:30 acoustic. I also do that as well. And I can definitely shed some light to people who want to learn about how to go about touring, booking shows out of state, promoting them. Anything you guys need to know, I'm right here.
Just on the subject, Instagram moment here. Gotta do it.
What do you think?
It wasn't supposed to be a killer.
I thought you were supposed to say something. And a little bit of history about myself. My name is Brian Cronin, and I own a magazine called thatmusicmag.com. It's an online magazine based out of Philadelphia. And addition to that, I'm also a media duplicator, and just started out my career as like everyone else, tried to start out as being a performer, and then as the years go on, you kind of mold yourself into a new career and trying to help people and educate them along the way. So to get everything started as far as social media, does anybody, actually I would like to ask you with regards to, you have a question, right?
Yes, what's the official hashtag of this event?
Vic's house. Uncle Vic's house.
No clue.
Actually, no, it's Elm City Fest 2014.
Elm City Fest.
Yeah, it's a long one.
I want to thank Vic for having us all up here, by the way.
Yeah.
Big step, thanks for having us.
As you're doing starting your career in radio, and the way social media is now, and you're working.
And now ending my career in radio.
You are ending it. But have you seen the? I guess, do you see the future in the sense where music is now being more streamed online, and do you find that it's like that's where the destination is going to be, coming from the terrestrial end and then moving in forward into the new time, or?
It's, you know, I think that's the essence of this particular panel, is that we all come from an old model, a model that has seemingly run its entire course. There's a new model, which, you know, I make parallels to like when I started out in progressive radio. There weren't rules back then. There weren't as few gatekeepers. Pretty much when I started, everybody was a gatekeeper. That is to say, every disc jockey on the air had the right to have an opinion, listen to the music because they loved sharing the music, and were able to share that music on the radio. Over a couple of decades, that went away. Gradually, but it went away. There are a number of places through radio that you could say, I mean, you know, the gatekeepers got smaller and smaller. You went from the disc jockey making the decision to the music director making the decision, to the program director making the decision, to the consultant making the decision, to fewer consultants, and to a corporate consultant. And soon radio wasn't the friend of music any longer. It wasn't a place that you could, as a local artist, break music. A friend of mine tells a story, and this is back in the mid-70s, of recording at a local studio, Trodnossel Studio, and having this, you know, this thing they recorded on reel-to-reel tape, and taking that thing to a mountain in Meriden, Connecticut, and taking it to WHCN, which was a great progressive radio station, and knocking on the door, and the jock opened the door, and the smoke exited, and they walked in, and then have that music played by that jock on the air immediately. Those days are long gone, and never to return. I think, however, that given the fact that we're in a place with that model exploded, we're in a place where there are a million new models. No one model has taken up, and it's almost as exciting, from my point of view, now as it was in those days. The idea that there's a lot of different spaghetti being thrown against the wall. Some of it's going to stick, some of it isn't. But this is a good time, and it all comes down to, for ostensibly the audience, producers